Roller coaster reaction videos are always very popular. I'm not great when it comes to roller coasters myself, though I do put on a brave face, I get on them. So this is my own personal reaction to what is out there at the moment in terms of coasters for the Oculus Rift. I think I have an impartial view to them all, and I'm of that in-between mindset where I don't really love them, but I don't hate them either, and I make myself go on them when there is one to be jumped on, because I hate to be the one who looks like they're scared and doesn't want to go on the roller coaster. So I know I'm not alone on that one. So here goes my personal top 5 roller coasters. Number 5, Parrot Coaster. The Parrot Coaster is one of the coasters I'm undecided on. I love loop coasters when they're in the dark and I can't see what's coming. Space Mountain as an example of this, but when there are loops in my eye line I tend to feel my stomach hit my throat within seconds. The speed is also not something that I'm great with. I prefer the gentler of the coasters, but as this was just the right length and as the ascent was slow, it gave me some time to gather myself before I hit the first loop, and once that was over I'd really gotten into it. It's a great demo coaster for a first time Oculus Rift user. Number 4, Temple Coaster. There's no denying the amount of time that has gone into the design of this coaster. It's not something I would usually try, but being ever the professional, I put on the headset and I gave it a go, and I regretted it less than a minute later. By the time I reached the loop at the top, I was already feeling very woozy. If you love speed coasters, you would love this. You haven't got a 3-second interval anywhere that allows you to stop and think before you're plummeted either up the way, down the way, sideways, barbecued with fire, and to top it all off, chased by a giant ball similar to Indiana Jones. This one was not my personal cup of tea, but definitely one for speed junkies or those who like a thrill to add to their coaster experience. Number 3, Wood Coaster. The Wood Coaster reminds me of the coaster that I've ridden many times in Oakwood in Wales. You start off in a station, adding to the realism of it, and apart from the birds flying around my head, which I really don't like by the way, this is also a slower coaster that allows you to take in the scenery, see well in advance where the drops are so that you can prepare yourself, and it's just the right length to ensure that you don't feel sick by the time you arrive back to the station. The Unreal 4 Demo Coaster. The thing that makes this coaster stand out from the rest is your size in comparison to your surroundings. You can use your imagination a little bit on this one. What are you? A mouse? A little bird? Have you been shrunk by your dad, as in Honey I Shrunk the Kids? The ride itself gives you slower moments to catch your breath and just take in the epicness of the living room objects compared to your minute size. I almost forgot I was on a coaster at times as I was skirting along the furniture and the sofa, smiling to myself and staring at the objects on the coffee table. This coaster has for me the right amount of thrills and speed, coupled very nicely with the slower moments that allow you to take in and appreciate the great work that has gone into the location setting of the coaster itself. Number 1, Rift Coaster. It's already been the top of one of our lists so far, but to me the original Rift coaster is the most realistic of any of the coaster experiences I've had on the Oculus Rift to date. It does exactly what it's meant to do. It emotes a small fraction of fear, it gets your heart racing, it has one unexpected trick up its sleeve, and it is short enough not to leave tonight's dinner in your throat. I know there are other coasters on the list with added bells and whistles, but to me the simplicity of this coaster and the feeling that it brings to the surface are the most genuine when comparing this short coaster experience to the real life thing.